Hi, it's John and welcome to the channel. 5:12 a.m. the 28th of May. I do have my big blue mug of coffee. Hope you're having an awesome day today. I'm going to say this in both official languages. This is not going to be a long video. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Plus ça change, plus c'est la même chose. Je ne parle pas français, although I can say a number of French phrases and swear in French, but I don't speak French. By the way, if you're here and you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate it if you click on subscribe right now. Thank you so much. So why am I saying this? The more things change, the more they stay the same, because it's the same country. It's the same divisions. In fact, they may be even worse now. It's the same stupidity. Charles does the speech from the throne. His Royal Highness, the right hated it. The left loved it. The right hated it. Go home, Charles. The left, oh, isn't this great? It's the start of a new era here in Canada. People I respect online making clowns of themselves over stupid things like Justin Trudeau's shoes. Come on, all over X videos yesterday. People I respect making a big deal out of this. I liked his shoes. Okay? Meanwhile, you've got the left going on about Alberta banning books, saying that they're burning books or referring to Alberta as a bunch of knuckle draggers or an ideology from the 1930s and 40s. People like this who don't realize that when you roll into a strip mall and it says adult on the outside and you can't see through the windows, it's the same thing. This is the kind of stupidity we have to deal with. Or washed up rock stars making an issue or saying something about Canadian politics. These people should be dismissed. Grow up. But then you've got the guy leading the country. Plus ça change, plus c'est la même chose. I think I said that better than Mark Carney can say it. He comes in, same party, different coat of paint, and that would be Mark Carney himself, with all sorts of flowery phrases. Spend less, invest more. One project, one review. Couldn't believe I heard the word catalyze out of Charles' mouth a couple of times yesterday. He talks about bold, ambitious plans and nation-building projects. But it's going to be the same as it was under Justin Trudeau. Watch this short clip of him on CBC yesterday, and the guy is going to control everything that happens in this country. He just covers it and hides it behind flowery words and flowery phrases.
What we're signaling in a bold, ambitious plan that's part of the speech from the throne is that we need to move on these nation-building projects. So projects that bring Canada together, projects that diversify our economy, projects that help us export to new markets and really move this economy forward. So yes, the ask of provinces, the ask of the private sector is, which projects do you have that reach those criteria? What we're going to do is fast-track the approval. Truly fast-track the approval of those projects. And we are going to name specific projects to which these fast-track approvals apply, so that the country can get moving. Now, part of what we're going to do collectively, in effect, we're going to have a competition with projects. Some projects are good ideas, but they're not ready. Others are ready, but they're bad ideas. Some projects can purely be driven by private sector interests. If the federal government and provincial governments can make approvals quickly, so investors can have the uncertainty, other projects may provide such benefits to our country, in terms of diversification as an example and jobs, that it may make sense for there to be some support in some way by the federal and provincial governments. But we look at all of that, we designate the ones we want to, we collectively want to move forward. And when I say we very much include Indigenous partners, Indigenous peoples, because this free, prior and informed consent applies to all of this and will apply to virtually every project.
I just watched the Carney clip again, and things could actually be worse than they were before. Because before you could have a number of different good ideas in the air that the Liberals could deny. Now there's going to be one at a time, one project, one review that we will decide what goes through. The we being the provinces as well. And then he gives the ultimate veto power to one specific group. Did you catch it at the end? Here it is again.
When I say we very much include Indigenous partners, Indigenous peoples, because this free, prior and informed consent applies to all of this and will apply to virtually every project.
Carney never has to look like the bad guy. He's in a great position. Good for him. David Eby in BC says no pipelines. He doesn't want them. He's more concerned about carbon dioxide. And then you've got Francois Legault and Blanchette in Quebec. They don't want the pipeline either. Not my fault. We decided that it wasn't a project we wanted to build. And then he gives the ultimate veto to the Indigenous groups. There'll always be a group of people on some reserve somewhere in this country that don't want the pipeline to go through because they're being paid off by some American non-governmental organization, charitable group. Not my fault. The Indigenous group doesn't want it. They're part of the we as well. If you look at the speech from the throne yesterday, Indigenous passed the lips of Charles 9 times, and that doesn't include the land acknowledgement. So Carney never has to look like a bad guy. Meanwhile, you've got Danielle Smith screaming about stop foot dragging and kill anti-oil policies. Is that going to happen? He's never said he would repeal Bill C-69, to the contrary. And then you've got this. Boy, if you voted for Carney, you got played. Here's Donald Trump. He's back. Truth Social, I told Canada, which very much wants to be part of our fabulous Golden Dome system, that it will cost $61 billion. If they remain a separate but unequal nation, but will cost $0 if they become our cherished 51st state. They are considering the offer. Plus ça change, plus c'est la même chose. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications. I have a special guest on tomorrow talking about the independence movement here in Alberta. I hope you'll watch for that. I will see you in the next one.